transformational things that Pure Storage has been doing in the storage industry. So why Pure Storage? Well, there's two real things that Pure Storage is bringing to the market that's changing business. The first is business transformation. We are talking about changing the way that you do business. So imagine if you could take reports that used to take 12 hours or 14 hours and run those reports in an hour. How would that change your business? It's the ability to do smarter transactions based on current information, not stagnant information that maybe was a day or a week old. And it's bringing more innovation to the business, right? This is things like allowing a business to do daily inventory reports instead of weekly inventory reports. And for example, we have a customer that did exactly that and was able to shave the amount of on-stock inventory they needed to retain in the business, which cut about $200 million out of their expenses for the year. But it's also IT transformation. So this is running IT as a cloud rather than the reactive the IT that we've known for the last 20 years. So this is lowering costs. It's bringing down storage costs, power and cooling, management costs dramatically. It's driving a cloud-like simplicity, right? So the Amazon model where you don't have a user's guide to learn how to purchase on Amazon. You just go to the website. Pure Storage is very much the same way, intuitive and very easy to manage. And you run it like a cloud, so provisioning storage in seconds rather than hours or days. With Pure, we certainly have a large number of customers across the world, so you are not a guinea pig. We've got customers across all verticals, so healthcare, financial, manufacturing, education, public sector, et cetera. And everything from very small K-12 schools where simplicity was really the driving factor to some of the largest companies in the world like Shutterfly, LinkedIn, Facebook, et cetera. So Pure has, from day one, focused on building a better model for storage, right? This is not just the technology, but it's the business around the storage technology. So we put into place several programs, which we're going to talk about as we go through this, that really change how you purchase your storage, how you deal with the support from a storage, and of course, just the overall satisfaction with your storage. So reimagine how you own storage, right? The traditional world has been a 3 to 5 year life cycle. You get storage on the floor, you run it for 2.5 years, then you start planning for a migration event. Maybe sometime in year 3 you purchase a new array, you wheel that in, you set it up, you migrate the data, and then you forklift the old array out. This process happens every 3 to 4 years. It's very expensive. You're throwing out gear that you just purchased 2.5 to 3 years ago. It's wasteful. Again, throwing out drives that are only a couple of years old, and it adds risk to your environment. Every time you do a migration, there's risk of outages to the application. There's risk of data corruption, et cetera. But what if your storage was evergreen? What if you deployed it once, you upgraded as you needed, you kept the frame on the floor for 7 to 10 years or longer, you never migrated data, you never had a planned downtime, and it just ran. This is really what Pure brings to the table, right? It gives you a dramatically lower total cost of ownership because we're not replacing frames every 3 to 4 years. We're keeping a frame on the floor and we're just swapping out the components that need to be upgraded, whether that's additional features from a software perspective, whether that's faster processors in the controllers, or whether that's capacity as your business grows. So the traditional model of storage was just inherently wasteful. You guys have seen this every 3 to 5 years. You're throwing out an entire array, replacing it with a new array. And candidly, spinning disk was never built to run at the speed of silicone, which the rest of the stack is doing today. So Pure brought into play something that we call Forever Flash. Forever Flash is enabled by flash storage. This is something that cannot be done in a spinning disk world because of the cost of disk drives and the fact that they fail far more frequently as they age. So Flash brings the ability to keep storage on the floor for 7 to 10 years or longer, right? Meaning if the drives are still functioning perfectly well, they're serving hundreds of thousands of IOPS, and your data is safe, why throw those drives out just to replace them with new drives? So Forever Flash brings in this concept where customers who are under support, every 3 years under their support contract, we will replace the controllers they have today with the latest, greatest controllers that Pure offers. This gives them a non-disruptive way to add performance, to add maybe additional capacity, faster memory, faster processors, perhaps going from 16 gig to 32 gig fiber channel, etc. There's no data migration. Your data stays in place on the drives it has today. There's no forklift upgrade. You're not pulling out the array and shipping it back and having to install a new array. So it becomes a very predictable and very safe way of growing your storage over time. And this is something that Pure has done from the beginning. So we started shipping product somewhere around 4 years ago, slightly over 4 years ago, with the FA300 line. And we have had non-disruptive upgrades from a 300 to the 310, 320, 400, 450, and now into the new Flasharraym. This has been done non-disruptively with no outage to the application, and customers that were on support, they got their 3 controllers as part of their Forever Flash upgrade. So again, we've got a method that we've proven allows customers to stay in a platform with no outages, no degradation of performance, no application issues as they migrated from one frame to another over time. So Evergreen Storage is really an overall marketing term for a lot of the things that Pure has done to eliminate the waste in the storage environment, right? So this is designing an array that is completely modular, so you can upgrade each portion of the array as you need it, whether that's capacity, whether that's performance, whether that's denser drives or additional connectivity, or even software features. So this gives you 5 degrees of freedom in your environment, allows you to scale when you need it, as you need it. But it also is a rapid online upgrade cycle. So gone are the days of having to plan for 2-week migration cycle where you're going to bring a team of people inside and they're going to help you migrate from frame to frame. We're talking migrations that happen in hours. So the ability to upgrade an array in minutes, to replace controllers in an hour or two with no downtime, no migration, no degradation of performance even to the application. So this really allows you to run your business as you deem, not you running your business based on when your hardware comes up for refresh. And then finally, we have our Forever Flash, which is the free controllers every 3 years. So you're getting the features, the functionality, the hardware that you want without having to scrap your entire storage environment. But it's also flat and fair maintenance, right? Flash brings to the table the ability to keep maintenance flat over time because drives don't fail after 3 years like they do in a spinning disk world. So with Forever Flash, you will never pay more per terabyte for support than you pay on year 1, regardless of whether that array is on the floor for 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, or 10 years. Every 3 years, you're going to get the controller upgrade, and we warranty everything in the box for as long as you have maintenance. So there's no worries about, do I have to worry about when my drives are wearing out versus when they fail. We warranty everything in the box regardless of anything that happens to it. So innovation to date in the flash market. Pure has been squarely in the left-hand side, the software innovation. We've put all of our functionality into the software and taken it out of the hardware. The intent is to bring very rapid innovation to the field. We're not beholden to hardware manufacturers to fix any issues in the system. And it gives Purity the control over the hardware that we need to allow Flash to do what it needs to do. Other vendors have taken a stance of hardware innovation where they've built specific hardware for Flash that was very, very dense, very, very fast, and a low cost. But it didn't have the software innovation that it needed to really be a true tier one, true tier one storage player. But what if we optimized end to end and did both. Well, that's exactly what Pure has done. We've done our software innovation, for 5+ years with Purity. We're on our 5th release of Purity, but now we've decided to add some innovation to the hardware. So to take what the software brings to the table, marry that with a new hardware design that gets a significantly denser platform, far more energy efficient, more reliable, and infinitely simpler than what other vendors have brought to the table. So that's introducing the new Flasharraym from Pure. This array brings many things to the table. All right, we've taken what used to be a disparate 2-controller model with a disk shelf, and we've compacted that into a single 3U enclosure. Let's take a look inside Flasharraym and see what's all in there. So on the left, you're looking at the front of our enclosure. This is a single 3U enclosure. It includes up to 20 data drives on the front of the box, hot swappable, so we can support 40 terabytes of raw flash today in that 3U enclosure. That is approximately 120 usable terabytes of data for your data. The chassis itself contains 4 NVRAM drives, which where we land data as it comes in from the hosts. This is non-volatile RAM, super capacitor backed. It can be powered off for a year with no risk of losing data. We integrate those right into the chassis so that we're not taking slots in drive shelves down the road as we expand the array. If we look across to the right, this is the back of the chassis, right? Again, a single 3U enclosure. It's got redundant power supplies and 2 modular controllers that actually slide out of the chassis. This gives us the ability to swap out controllers as we need, whether you start out at an M20 or entry-level box and have to move to an M50, or whether you're going from an M50 to an M70, or even into the next generation of controllers as they're developed. It also gives the ability to add expansion shelves, so we can grow through addition of expansion shelves. That process is very simple. It takes about 15 minutes to add a shelf to the array, and now you've increased capacity. So very modular, very simple, and very dense. And again, powered by Purity, Pure software that really does the magic that brings flash to an affordable level in the market. So what happens in customers that have purchased today? They've got an FA300 or an FA400 series today, and they want to get to an M20. Well, part of Evergreen Storage is the ability to do the non-disruptive migrations between platforms, right? So you bought an FA420 today, you need to upgrade performance, so we need to move you to an M20. Well, not only is that non-disruptive, but Pure offers 100% trade-in credit for the value of the controllers that you previously purchased. So you bought your FA420 controllers, we give you all the money back on that. You pay the difference between those and the M20 controllers. We do a non-disruptive upgrade, and now you're into the new line of arrays. So again, very easy, very efficient, and far less waste in your environment as your business grows. So what is the M in Flasharraym? Well, it stands for many things. It stands for mini size. So a 3U chassis can do, say, 120 terabytes of your data with less than a kilowatt of power, right? It takes less power than a toaster oven in your kitchen. It's modular scale, the ability to scale the components as you need. So whether that's replacing controllers to get additional horsepower or faster connectivity, or whether that's increasing capacity through expansion shelves, or even denser drives as they come out. So this drives the ability to have 120 terabytes of your data in a 3U chassis and up to a half a petabyte of data as we expand the array with expansion shelves. It also means mighty performance. So the Flasharraym runs up to 300,000 32K IOPS. Right? And this is not the 4K hero numbers that you may have seen from other vendors as they tout benchmarks, but this is true real world data. We found that our customers typically have a 27K block size for their data. So when we do our marketing numbers, we use 32K as the block size for all of our IOP numbers. We do this because we want you to have a real experience, right? We want you to know if Pure says it can do 300,000 IOPS, it'll do 300,000 IOPS with your workload, not a benchmark workload. And of course, we're offering up to 9 gigabytes per second, all at less than 1 millisecond latencies. And then finally, M is for meaningful simplicity. This is not only in the software, but also in the hardware, right? The new Flasharray can be cabled up with as few as 6 cables, right? So very, very quick, up and running in less than 2 hours, including training for your team. So very, very easy, very simple to manage, very simple to use. So Flasharray compared to our previous models, 50% faster, right? So 200 to 300,000, 32K IOPS. 2.5x density increase. We went from 15 terabytes per rack unit to 40 terabytes per rack unit. Significant improvements in power, down to 6 watts per terabyte. Again, similar to what a toaster oven runs. And gone are the days of having to have a $5,000 power bill to run your storage. And then 3x fewer cables, right? So again, down from 18 cables to 6 as you rack and stack this array in your environment. But without a fantastic support organization, the software and the hardware really can't be as good as they should be, right? So Pure brings in our support organization. We call it Pure One. And this does a lot more than what people are used to. So the traditional storage management, really you had a bunch of different tools. Perhaps you had a management tool, a tuning tool, you've got a replication tool, you've got tools that will do dumps of the data so that you can see exactly what the array is doing, etc. You oftentimes have vendor services. So if you're going to do an upgrade of your array, it means bringing in the manufacturer engineers to do that upgrade for you. Right, so it's very complex products. Maybe you've got a bunch of products that are tied together to make your array do what you want it to do. And then it's the reactive support experience. So gone are the days where support truly was there for you, helping you along the way. Now it's where you only get support when something happens. So your array goes down, then you get support. And then really, it's your staff that keep everything up and running, right? So when things go bad, it's your team that makes sure it works. It's the support organization that come together, and hopefully you keep things running. Well, it's time for new thinking, right? So what if we could use technology that's out in the field today to do proactive monitoring of your arrays, not reactive? What if we can modernize the management and support model, go to a SaaS model where you don't have to manage any software to manage your environment? And then it's breaking down the silos between management and support, right? Getting rid of the first levels of support, getting only trained and second and third level support people in an escalation team that's tied right into support to help you when you need it. Well, this is what Pure Ones brings to the table. It's a cloud-based management system, SaaS offering from Pure, so you've got the ability to see all of your arrays, what they're doing, not only from a performance perspective and a capacity, but tying in any tickets that you have from our support environment. It's a partner community that's collaborative, so the ability to post knowledge-based articles or ask questions from your partners or other people at companies running Pure as well. It's proactive support, right? Support that's actually monitoring your array in real time and reaching out to you when there are things that can be tuned or changed on the array to get you better performance. And then it's the ability to connect automatically and integrate it into your environment. So a single cloud-based management solution where you can see all your arrays, but when you need to manage the array, you simply click on that one array and it connects you right into the array to do what you need to do. So this is what Pure is bringing to the table. It's innovation, it's customer focus, it's simplicity. And with that, I'm going to turn things over to Paul at IT Pros.
Thanks, Shawn. Let me just switch PowerPoints here super quick, everybody. So ITP, founded in 2003, and over a 10-year-old company. We have statewide service coverage around the state of Wisconsin. We have actual engineering bodies and senior engineering leadership out of Milwaukee, Madison, and Appleton, Fox Valley area. We're a boutique firm, has roughly 35 people that has the same certifications as the big guys. So VMware Enterprise certifications, lots of competencies around storage and virtualization, consolidation, and VDI. It's great to have Pure is a partner of ours. But we have a more custom delivery approach, and it can actually execute on the services contracts that we have out there. We have the same or better buying power that CDW, given that we're a leader within the SMB community and within growth. Again, the company's shown over 28% growth year after year for over 5 years. What we do here at ITP is strategic consulting, project work, project management, and ongoing support. So we can provide that strategic level CIO. How do we design what storage and what our storage and cloud strategies should be, to the project work to get you from point A to point B, to get your old SAN out and your new storage in. And we can do that through dedicated project management teams that have been in the industry for over 15, 20 years, and then provide you that ongoing support, whether that be on the VMware and storage side or on the services side within your organization. Again, we're a Pure Storage partner. That's our favorite partnership, and that's what we're talking about here today. We also have relationships with HP for your front-end servers, VMware Enterprise Server Virtualization and End-User Compute, VMware vCloud Air partner. We offer our own VMware vCloud Air infrastructure out of a data center, as well as can resell you into VMware's cloud. ShoreTel service certified for on-premise and in the cloud, Citrix Silver CSP, and a Veeam Gold Cloud Connect partner. So we have that broad range across and the Microsoft stack as well. So we can provide you a virtual desktop platform on your Pure Storage across any of the major VDI providers. So whether Microsoft, Citrix, or VMware is the right fit for you, we have certified engineering teams to provide that solution and can walk you through which is the best for you. Again, we have award-winning support here at ITP, consistently ranked in all the major rankings by CRN Magazine, MSP Mentor, by Ingram Micro themselves, and Inc. 5000. We're one of the fastest growing companies and one of the most successful MSPs in the state of Wisconsin. We're here to help you bring first-class and first-tier products like Pure Storage to the market sooner and better with a more customized approach than anybody else. And once you get into that Pure platform, just like Shawn said, it's going to be really easy, and you're going to have those never-down upgrades through the life of your product. So you may not need us as much, but we'll help you add your capacity and add your compute as you continue to scale out your storage. We'll help you proof of concept your virtual desktop platform and then take it live so we can revolutionize how you're handling endpoints within your organization. So thanks for listening to this today. If you have any further questions, follow up with us at ITP or give us a contact. We can get you in touch with the Pure Storage guys in your local area and market. Thanks.